Hi, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how I made this Inspire One Another card. If you enjoy planning, crafting, or Disney, be sure to hit subscribe. We're going to start with the pre-cut card. We're also going to use this basic 8-pan watercolor kit, a tapered brush, and we'll use 2 cups of water. I like to have 1 cup of water for clean and 1 for my dirty water. We're also going to use paper towels. To get started, load your brush with some clean water, and you're going to drop that clean water into the color pan that you want to use. This is going to activate the watercolor, so you may need to go in and add a little bit more water as we go, but you can always go into 1 cup that you choose as your dirty color water, clean your brush, and then go into the clean water. Go ahead and add some new clean water to the other colors that you want to use. And you can always use the pan at the top of your watercolors as our palette. This is a great spot to mix colors. So I'm going to use purple and red today, and I'm grabbing a little bit of that purple and red and bringing it to the top, and I'm slowly bringing the red over into the purple because I want to have more of a red undertone with a little bit of purple, and I kind of want to test the color out as I go. So don't be afraid to add more color or add more water as needed to make sure that you get the color you really love. I'm also going to go back into the red because I wanted a little bit more red. So just add the colors that you like, and don't be afraid to mix in a third color, such as I'm doing here with the black. I wanted to see what just a touch of black would do to the overall tone. So I'm careful not to add it to the entire color, but just to one spot where I can control how much of that color I pick up. You can always use a piece of paper or butcher paper to line your area and use it as your scratch paper to practice on as well. So here I'm just playing with pressing my brush onto the paper at an angle, and I'm trying to see what the final result looks like when I press my brush down and lift it up. Because what I'm ultimately going for is a flower look. I'm trying to get the flower petals, and I want to see how the color lays. So I'm going to go back in and add just a little bit of a touch of black because I want to see here if I can add black to the base and if that would leave more color at the base of the petal. I actually don't end up loving this color, so I'm going to go back in and add some more purple. So the key here is don't be afraid to mix colors. If you find a color you don't love, then that's okay. Don't use it. Just go back in, add the other shades that you love. Practice with your brush placing it on the paper to see what the result will look like. So I'm going to start in the middle of the card, and I'm placing my finger in the middle of the cards as my guide so I can try to stay even. Then I'm going to just load my brush with color, and I'm just going around the card and pressing down the brush at an angle as I practiced on the piece of paper. I'm then moving over into the next third section of the card, and I'm going to repeat the exact same process. And I'm sorry I'm a little off camera here, but I'm doing the exact same thing. Feel free to make your leaves as far apart or as close together as you'd like. And at this point, if you don't love the way the paint is landing on the card, it's okay. We can go back and add to it. That's the beauty of watercolor. I'm going to the first third section of the card, and I'm doing the exact same thing using my finger as a guide and really just trying to place these petals side by side, going from left to right, and really just getting a 180-degree fan. This is the top of our flower. And now I'm going in and I'm adding a little bit of black because I want to add this just to the base of the flower. This is where the flower petal would meet the stem. So I'm wanting to add a little bit of a darker shade. So adding the black to the purple deepens that purple up, and it really brings some dimension to the card. So I'm just gently tapping that in with the very tip of my brush and adding as much color as I want. You'll notice that as you add color, your color will move. Wherever there's water, the color will move. So I'm going in and cleaning my brush, And now I'm just gonna let the card dry for a bit because the next step is to add in some details and I want this to dry. Once your card is at a spot where it feels dry and you're not going to smudge it with your hand, go ahead and start writing in your words. You can pick any set of words that you would want to use, and I chose to use inspire one another. And I'm writing it in cursive first, and then I'm kind of adding just a little line to connect the word to the flower. And this creates our stem. If you prefer, you can also write this in pencil and then go over it with your permanent marker. I felt like this middle flower needed a little bit of embellishments, so I'm just drawing little dots along the stem just to give it a little extra touch. So once your flower is dry, you can use your permanent marker to go in and just add a little bit of shading to finally connect your stem to your flower. You can also go in and add any little embellishments that you feel you want to add to the card. Right here, I'm just using my pen to add dots to add dimension to the flower. And once your card is fully dry, you can then use your glue dots. If you have the clear dots, it's easy to just press the clear dots and then peel the plastic covering away. Then you'll go in and simply add your watercolor card to your base card. I hope you love your final project. If you love this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more tutorials like this, please let me know. Be sure to subscribe. I hope you guys have a great day crafting a life that you love.